Tasumaye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa ware dlansobala Franci. Aiwa, auniche, audanse. Welcome to a live lesson and filming of an episode of Kuma Ba Kolo, the show where we try to analyze and understand Mandang words as they are spoken or written in the real world. In this episode, we're going to be looking at another headline. This is a project from Ankata, my initiative for creating media and resources for speaking and learning Mandang. If that's something that you might be into, think about subscribing. Otherwise, if you're watching this live, feel free to let me know down in the comments where you're watching from and say hello. Albiseka fo Bambara walma albiseka fo tuwabukana fana in whatever language you like. Otherwise, Ankata. Aiwa, donc ako tasumaye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa ware dlansobala Franci. Okorokodi. So this headline comes from a online blog, one that we haven't looked at before. So let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you. So it comes from a blog called Jemunkan, which typically means a show or an episode if you have it on television or radio. And so this is special since it's a new source. So if you can understand this, feel free to post it in the comments. If you're watching live, let me know if you already know what this sentence means. Otherwise, let's break it down. But first, let's take a little bit of a look at the article. So we can see there's a picture here, and it looks like a building with a bunch of smoke coming out of it, which gives a pretty good hint of what might be going on. Donc, anya bala tasuma beka bo sodola. So fire is coming out of that, or at least sisi beka bo sonila. Aiwa. Donc c'est ça, en bafle. So actually, if we look at some other sources, we can get a good sense of what was going on in case anyone missed it. So the printing office of the Banque de France, producing the franc or the CFA franc banknotes, is affected by a violent fire. So this actually was originally reported in the Figaro. So incendie à l'imprimerie de la Banque de France dans le Puy de Dôme. And you can actually see this is cited here in the article. They actually talk about it down here. Oko, Franci kuna fonidiseben Figaro ko. All right, so we know that this is the article that they are reporting on. Aiwa, donc c'est ça. Let's go and have a look at what actually is showing up in our headline. Aiwa, donc anko. Tasuma ye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa ware dlansoba la Franci. Aiwa. So you can see I hesitated a bit there, and the reason I did that is because this word glansoba, this actually is a non-standard form of writing. So you sometimes hear people from Bamako saying glansoba, but actually the form that one would expect would actually be dlang. So I'm going to just correct these straight here. So glansoba, aiwa. And then here sefa, I'll just give it a little space. Aiwa, donc okorokodi. So if we get this started, ambafle, tasuma. Tasuma koroko, fire, right? So tasuma means fire. And let me see if I can make this a little bit easier for you all to follow. Aiwa. Tasuma ye mogo bisaba ani nani. Bana sefa wari dlansobala Franci. So otherwise we recognize Franci, which means France. Wari, I think a bunch of people recognize. Okoroko money. Mogo koroko, people, right? Or person. But in this case, we'll put people. So tasuma ye mogo bisa ni nani bana sefa warid lansobala Franci. Aiwa. So first of all, the thing we're going to do is we're going to want to find our verb. And this one is a little bit tough because actually when I originally read it, I was assuming that this bana here, I was thinking kabang, which means to end, but it is also used in some cases to say to pass away, right? If someone passes away. But here, this actually is going to be a little bit different because we have tasuma ye mogo haketo mana toka niblaye. So our verb here is bana. So first of all, we know there's a fire, and what did the fire do? It acted upon mogo bisaba ni nani. So bisaba ni nani, okoroko 34. So 34 people. It acted upon them. And anko mu. Aye mukeola ayu bana. So normally we think of bana as meaning sickness, right? A sickness or an illness. But in this case, it's actually used as a verb. So ka bana would mean to make sick or to make ill, right? So this is kind of unique. I haven't run into it so many times. So tasuma ye mogo bisaba ni nani bana. And where did this occur? That's what we're going to find out next, right? So this goes all after that. Sefa warid lansoba la Franci. So this actually here is one noun phrase. It all can go together. So tasuma ye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa warid lansobala. So let's get rid of sefa. So that sefa, obviously, this is kind of typical in Bambara writings that they spell out sefa, even though this represents the French, what's this called? When you have an abbreviation that's put together, right? But we pronounce it as sefa, so they write it out that way. So sefa warid lansobala, if we look at lansoba and we actually break it down, what we have here is kadlang, so kadlang korokodi. And I told you, and I corrected at the beginning, some Bamako speakers or some speakers of Bambara, actually this is starting to pronounce it like a G sound, kadlang. But it's really, in most writings and in most pronunciations, kadlang, right? So kadlang here is to create or to make, right? It can also be used to mean to repair in some places. But if we have sefa warid lansobala would actually be the big, right? So ba is an augmentative suffix, meaning big house, where what? Wari, money, is made. So it's actually where sefa money, right? So the sefa currency is made. And where else do we say it occurs? We say it occurs at that place, so at the factory, and then more specifically in France. So let's put it all together. Tasuma ye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa warid lansobala Franci. Aiwa, okorokodi. So could anyone figure out what this means? Feel free to write it down in the comments. Let me know if you are able to come up with a good translation. And let's see, in the meantime, while we're waiting to see what people say, we will have a little look at if we have any comments from people. So, we got Le Pascal. Pascal, ako, moi. So Pascal is out there watching. Iniche Pascal, ikakene? Ako di ako mba inisu. Ayo, ni jarai. Malik fana ko mbe. Ikakene? Nkakene ko sobe Malik. Kobe chogodi. Ameriki kaundo. Sisa. Christy fana be. Christy inisu. Farafina kaun. Obega kene? We also have Jara. Jara is here. Iniche ni bara. Ambe ki la men wati be. Ni jara ni kosobe. Aiwa. So let's see. We also have one last greeting from Christophe Jagide. Aunisu mba. Aunisu. Ni jara ni. So we don't have anybody who's tried to translate it yet in the comments. So let me wrap things up for everybody. So if we put it all together, tasuma ye mogo bisaba ni nani bana sefa warid lansobala Franci. Okoroko, a fire sickened 34 people at the Sefa money factory in France. Aiwa. All right, so Nala Sona video ni diara aoye. If you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and letting me down in the comments below if this is the kind of video that you'd like to see. Peut-être je peux le faire en français la prochaine fois. And otherwise, for anybody that has questions, that's been writing down in the comments, we're going to check them out right now. Auniche kambe. Aiwa, donc en bas, flé. Donc c'est ça. Auniche, moromi be ka enflé. Nka foli baoye. So we got a few other people. Pascal ko nka kene. Pascal ni jare. Ebe mi c'est ça. Ebe malla. Solma ako inisu. Mba inisu. Solma. Ini fama. Amena dat. Mena kiye. Itununa dat. Ani Christophe ako di ako haklina nyuman bla. Ayo, mbena toko bla. Donc c'est ça. Do were be ako mbifo kosobe ni jaraye. Donc folie kachai c'est ça. Il y a beaucoup de salutations, ça me plaît beaucoup, c'est très cool que les gens saluent. Notez. Sinon, il n'y a pas de questions, mais je vois que Malik had a nice comment in here. So Malik says, let's see if I can make this a little bit easier for you to see. So Malik actually made a really good point about what we see in this headline is that in Bamako, we hear many quick contractions with some words. So dlang becomes, right, instead of dilang, right, it becomes dlang. And actually then as part of the next step in the process, you start to hear people pronouncing it like glang, right? So it's actually dlang with a D sound But now in some people's mouths, you'll hear it as glan, right? So that's why we see it showing up here in the headline, glan soba. Aiwa. Donc, Niningari werete. I don't see any questions in here, so we're going to wrap things up soon. Let's see, we got a few other hellos in here. Donc, Alex, ako iniche, hello from Russia. Alex, ni jarang kosobe, Rusi kaundo, obea kene? Aiwa. Donc, Maliko, video katelide, ntumba feka jabi. So Malik wanted to throw his answer in there. Well, Malik, if you want, we'll keep going with this. So just this is for people who are wanting to watch this as the stream. So, if you're done and you want to go home, that's fine. But otherwise, we can tackle another part of the lesson. So if we go back to our actual text, right? So we had Tasumaye mogo bisabani nani bana sefa warid lansobala franci. All right, so why don't we take another sentence from this and see how people handle it. So, neko. I've actually already prepared it. So, ikodi, let's get rid of this one. I'm going to hide these like that. I'm just going to do it simply. Aywa. Donc, c'est ça. Anko, araba don, sokomadafe, febre kalo, kle, kononton, san, wafla, ani, muga, wafla, ni muga, anifla, tasma bele bele ye franci banki so babmina. Aywa. Okorokodi. So if anybody is reading that one who's in the chat here and you want to take a stab at trying to translate that, si vous avez envie d'essayer de traduire celui-là, that would be a great challenge. So why don't you try that one? Let's see if Malik can get it, because Malik had commented and said, video ka telide mbafeka jabi. So Malik, let me know if you're going to try this one, man. I need to know if you're going to try or if anyone else wants to translate it. Donc, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui arrive à traduire cette phrase? Et si vous n'y arrivez pas, est-ce que vous voulez que je vous aide? And do you need my help? Est-ce que au makobe una? Donc, ambafle, jombe seka bayelema. Who can translate it? Donc, Anako, hello. Anna, hello. Iniche, danse. So, Anna, you're going to have to learn a little bit of Bambara if you're going to be checking out the channel. So, Iniche, hello. Christophe abe anfola ako iniche ika haklina nyuma. So, thank you for your good thought. Aiwa. Donc, c'est ça. Est-ce que do were be? Malik, ebe. I don't know if Malik is still in here because he's not commenting. So, I'm assuming nobody is going to tackle this. Person. Let's see. Malik, are you there? Aiwa. So, if I don't get any responses from Malik here, we're going to let it go. Nobody wants to tackle this one. Aiwa, ote basiye. So if I wrap it up for everyone, arabadon, okoroko di nambafuko arabadon. Araba, okoroko Wednesday, right? And if we say arabadon, it just means Wednesday again, but saying literally Wednesday day. Aiwa. Ani mufin. Oh, we got some people finally chiming in. So I think this means that actually maybe my internet is slow enough that people couldn't do it. So let's see what we got here. We got some responses. Oh, we got a bunch of them that came in. Don Christy Ko. Let's take a look. Oh, I got a few of them actually. Okay, so finally everyone's chiming in here. So I guess there's a lot of lag. So let's look at our first one. We got the first one that came from Christy. Traore Muso Ikode. Thursday morning, February 9th, 2002, a big fire seized the bank in France. I like the use of seize, right? So we have our verb here, kamina. So that's a good one to use seize, because literally kamina, ibe fendo mina. Okay, but yes, Christy, I see that she caught herself, because actually now she's saying she meant Wednesday. Arabadon koroko Wednesday, Thursday te. Aiwa. Donc, c'est ça. Let's see. What did Malik had his own translation? Maliko, Wednesday morning, February 9th, 2002, a huge fire took a French bank. Iowa. So, took sounds pretty good, too. I like that one. Let's see. And did we get any? And Solma, Ikodi, Solma Ko, Friday morning, February 9th, 2002, a big fire burned down a French bank. Okay, so that one does make sense. It is correct, but technically I think it'd be a little bit better to go with something with Kamina, right? So it's not that it burned it down, it's literally that it caught it. So contextually perfect, but I kind of liked Christie's because it captures the spirit of the Bambara. So Christy, ikana foko Thursday morning, iba foko arabadon. Aywa. Donc c'est ça. I see that Solmar says that he needs to review some of the days of the week. So John Bordon. Let's see. I can just write them out for you real quick. Ambaseka foko mufin anko tene. Donc doba foko tene tarata. Doba foko talata. So they're all from Arabic, so pronunciations can vary pretty widely. So even here, for instance, I don't nasalize it. I just say tene. Tarata. Araba. Lamsa, some people say alamsa, alamsa because it comes from the Arabic alamsa. Donc mba foko alamsa. Hop, aketo. Ane moufin, ambeseka foko jumain. Jumain, ane mou, sibiri, ane kari. Doba foko dimansi. So there's a bunch of different other ones that you can hear for these, but these would be the normal days of the week. Somar. Nala sona ni deme, kosobe ayo. Donc c'est ça. I think that this will wrap things up for us. So let me know down in the comments if you like this video. Think about letting me know and commenting so that I can do this again. Nala sona ni jarao ye nka fulibe au bela jene ye alaka usara alaka wali nyumado alaka bamanakan sabati alaka loni jiri aywa auniche. Donc Kamben, ani kamben wati were.